Last week, we talked about boredom, about what happens in a child's brain when we let them sit with the discomfort of not knowing what to do, instead of immediately filling that space for them. This week, we are talking about a different kind of heart, the one that lives not in the restlessness, but in the face. The moment your child looks at you and hears the word no, and you have to hold it. This is the one that gets into your chest. Now, for the one that lives in your face rather than your body, because saying no to your child, genuinely holding the no, is hard in a particular way. It is not loud, it is not overwhelming, it is just the quiet, steady discomfort of watching someone you love feel disappointed and choosing not to take it away. They look at us, and we see the hurt in their face, and everything in us wants to soften it, to explain it away, to maybe justice wants it into an yes. But here's what a no does for a child's brain. It teaches them that the world has limits, that desire is not the same as entitlement, that they can want something very much, feel the disappointment of not having it, and survive that feeling. That is not a harsh lesson. That is one of the most important lessons of life. In the book, Hold On to Your Kids, Dr. Gabor Maté and developmental psychologist Gordon Neufeld write about a concept called futility, the real, felt understanding that sometimes things are just not going to go your way, that you cannot have everything, and that sitting with that, actually feeling the sadness of it rather than fighting it, is how we move through it and adapt. Dr. Maté says that sadness is not depression. Sadness is healthy. It is appropriate. It is the emotion that arises when we meet a genuine limit. And the child who is allowed to feel the sadness, who is not immediately rescued from it, learns something essential about reality, about how to cope with a world that will not always say yes. Let me give you a real example of what this can look like. My daughter is told no quite often, not because she is defiant, but because she is still learning about the world around her, and that is exactly as it should be. One of the most regular places that this happens is a toy shop. She sees something that looks fun to play with. She wants to own it so she can play with it. Simple, natural, completely understandable. She is a child. She does not yet have the ability to process the importance of money, or how hard it is to earn, or what it means to spend it wisely. Why would she? She is little. So we do not lecture her on finances. We simply say, "That does look so fun to play with, and you really wanted it, but we did not plan to buy a toy for you today." If she asks again, we say, "I'll put that on the list, so I know what to get you when I want to find you a gift." And she asks again on the next trip, and the same conversation happens. We hold the no, we validate the want, we do not shame her for asking. Until one day she said it before we did. "I really wanted this one. Could you please buy it for my birthday present?" She had learned in her own time, in her own words, to hold her desire and find a different way through it. Not because we taught her the lesson explicitly, because we held the boundary long enough, warmly enough, consistently enough for her to arrive at it herself. And then the next time we wanted to give her a gift, we bought the toy. Not because she wore us down, not because the boundary eventually collapsed, but because we said we would remember it, and we did. The list was real. The promise was real. She received the toy not as something she had fought for, or cried for, or manipulated her way into, but as something she had waited for, asked for, beautifully, and been given freely at the right time. That is completely different experience of receiving something, and she knows the difference even if she cannot articulate it yet. This is what follow-through actually teaches, not just that the no is real, but that the yes, when it comes, is real too. That you mean what you say in both directions, that she can trust your words, your limits, and your love, because all three have proven consistent. Children who grow up inside that kind of consistency do not need to fight for everything. They learn to wait. They learn to ask well. They learn that good things come. Not always immediately, not always the way they imagined, but they come. And here's the thing I want to say about why she is not, in general, a child who is upset by no's she hears. Dr. John Gottman, one of the world's leading researchers on relationships, identified what he calls the 5-to-1 ratio. For every one difficult, frustrating, or disappointing interaction, a child needs approximately 5 positive ones to maintain emotional security and a felt sense of being loved. 5-to-1. The ratio applies not just to couples, it applies directly to parent-child relationship. My daughter hears no at the toy shop, but she also receives our full attention, our warmth, our delight in her, our playfulness, our presence in far greater measure than she receives a no. The no's do not define the relationship. They exist inside a relationship that is already full. When we are too quick to reverse the no, when we offer something else the moment they cry, when we soften and explain and eventually give in, we are not protecting them from disappointment, we are protecting ourselves from their reaction to it. This is not subtle, but important distinction. Hold the no, stay warm, stay connected, but hold it. I know you really wanted that. It is okay to feel sad about it. I love you, and the answer is still no. That sentence, delivered with warmth, not distance, is one of the most developmental things you can say. Holding a no is not about being rigid. It is not about winning. It is about trusting that your child can feel disappointment and that they will be okay on the other side of it. Because they will. Every time you hold it warmly and stay connected through it, you are showing them that the relationship is bigger than the moment, that your love does not depend on their happiness. That is not a cold message. That is one of the most secure things a child can feel. Next week, we are finishing the series, Loneliness and Big Feelings, and I will tell you about the moment my daughter turned everything we had ever practiced back onto me, in her own small voice, at exactly the right moment. You will not want to miss it. Drop a comment. What is the no you find hardest to hold? And subscribe, so I will see you next week.